Hey Gordon,
What's up?
Clayton Kershaw now available. First questions from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead.
Clayton, three pretty hard hit balls there by Austin Slater. What did you find to be the biggest difficulty in those particular at-bats with him?
Just mistake pitches. He just did a good job. Yeah, just left some balls over the middle that he did a good job with.
Second and fourth inning, though, incredibly efficient. You were able to get through those a lot more quickly. Was there something in particular about 1, 3, and 5 that you ran into some trouble?
No, I just just had a couple rough innings there.
What were you noticing about the top of their order, kind of 1 through 4, some pretty hard hit balls, extra base hits from those guys?
Yeah, they did a good job. Made me, 2 strikes they battled, had good at-bats. They did a good job all the way through.
Thanks, Clayton.
Next question is from JP Hoornstra. Go ahead, JP.
Yeah, Clayton, it seemed like the Giants were pretty aggressive start to finish against you. Were you a little bit surprised by that approach?
No, not really.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Next question is from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Clayton, it looked like on the third inning home runs, Austin was trying to set up kind of on the corner of the plate. Were those just mislocation with those fastballs?
Yep. Yeah, left him over the middle a little bit.
Did you feel good, as good about your fastball today as you did last week? I mean, it looked like the velocity was still up.
My command wasn't quite as good tonight.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Clayton.
Thanks.
Dave Roberts now available. First questions from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead, Alanna.
Dave, Clayton seemed none too pleased about the outing tonight. Pretty short answers there in his post-game press conference. What did you notice overall from him throughout his outing?
I thought, at times the stuff was really good. The fastball command at times was good. At times the slider was good. Curveball good. I just think, there were just some counts, pitches that he just left up and out of the plate, and they took advantage of them. So obviously, on the heels of his last start, the way he commanded the baseball. He expected that of himself. We did as well, and it just didn't work out tonight. And we didn't score. We didn't get too many hits tonight, but certainly, I know Clayton expects more from himself.
What did the top of the order do so efficiently against him?
I thought that they did a very good job of spoiling some pitches. Yastrzemski hitting third for that club against left, right. He sees a lot of pitches, and when you leave something up and out over, he can slug you. I thought Slater got a couple mistakes tonight, not too many. I think he got 2, and hit homers with them. But the last slider to Yastrzemski that drove in a run, I thought it was actually a pretty good breaking ball that he stayed in there and rode it out. Solana swinging a good bat, so they do a nice job.
With the momentum shift after Pence lost that fly ball, were you thinking there you guys had that opportunity, particularly in that 6th inning, obviously, with Justin with that big swing?
Yeah, I think through 5 innings, Cueto, could have shut anybody out, in my opinion. The stuff kept us off balance. Everything was at the hollow of the knee. I don't think we hit a ball hard all night, outside of the homer from Justin. So, yeah, Pence loses the ball in the twilight, and you can see Cueto getting a little disturbed by that. He was also battling a little foot ailment or something like that. You could see that. And fortunately, Justin had him 3rd time through, big hit, and gave us a chance tonight. But we just couldn't push a couple more runs across.
Final thing for me, Dave, Max Muncy said earlier today that actually in that inter-squad game, he had a fracture in that finger. Does that give you a little bit more of an explanation perhaps about why he's been able to get some traction offensively?
No, I think that's certainly, better question for Max, but I still see the bat speed. I see him in the strike zone. He's just a click late or off or under it, but he's barreling a lot of baseballs. So, I don't know if it has something to do with the finger or not, but I still feel good when he's in the box.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Dave, just given Clayton's problem at times with the home run last year, was it concerning at all tonight to see that pop back up?
No. I think that it's one outing, his first outing, pretty much flawless. Slater's a guy that elevates the baseball. Yaz does a good job as well. So when you make mistakes to good hitters, that's what's going to happen. But as far as Clayton, we expect him to execute certainly considerably more than he doesn't. So he'll be fine.
On the 3rd home run, I know he said he misplaced the fastball in the first two, but the 3rd one, was that a bad pitch, or is that more just Slater getting to what looked like a pretty decent slider?
No, I don't. I think it was just elevated. I think it was a first pitch slider, and it was up in the zone, and he put a good swing on it.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from JP Hoornstra. Go ahead, JP.
Yeah, Dave, Cueto threw pretty good against you guys opening day, but I recall I think it was that game that you guys were able to get to Rogers pretty well, whereas tonight, 2 really solid innings. What did you see against him? Were you hoping for a better approach there?
Well, there's still not a whole lot of familiarity with Rogers, and we're still trying to learn him. There's an upshoot fastball. There's an upshoot breaking ball. I guess he has more success against the lefty than the righty, but Mookie just missed a ball. Tonight we didn't take too many good swings against him. And I think, the first time we saw him, we got a couple C&I grounders that got through and, pushed a couple across. But, he's tough if you don't see him. But, the more you see him, the better you'll get.
Yeah. And what did you see from Gratterall tonight?
Well, I thought he got 2 big outs, to finish that 5th inning. So that was big. And that next inning, he went out there and soft serve liner to Longoria. And I thought his stuff was good. Gave up a run, but I thought The punch late, the 98, 99, the slider was good at times. And so that was his first time going 1+. So I still thought it was a positive outing for Brusdar.
Thank you.
Yep.
Got a question from Claudia Gestro. Go ahead.
David, Baez is using more of his pitches effectively. How much would you say he has improved since coming up?
Oh, gosh. Pedro's improved considerably. His fastball command has improved considerably. Tonight was really good with the fastball command. The changeup, he really got a handle on his changeup the last couple of years. And the slider. And tonight was a really good job with slider. I mean, there were some 88, 89 sliders with good depth. So just Pedro's a guy that I really depend on, count on, put him in high leverage spots. He goes 1+ for us. So he's really improved and a huge asset to our bullpen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Justin Turner now available. First question from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead, Alanna.
Justin, for Cueto, it seemed like the wheels started falling off there a little bit in the 6th inning. How were you able to capitalize on that moment and really put this team right back in this game?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest keys with Cueto is to get guys on base and get him out of the windup so he can't do all the whatever you want to call it, the quick pitch, the turning, and messing with guys' timing. And we had a hard time getting guys on until, Kike hit that ball that got lost in the twilight. And, Jock had a good AB, took a walk. Belly had a good AB, took a walk. And, when you get him in the stretch, it's a little bit easier to get to him. And unfortunately, it took us a lot longer tonight to get him in the stretch.
Was that what was the issue in the first 5 innings, is that he was just going so quickly? It was harder to disrupt his timing versus him disrupting your guys' timing?
I mean, that's kind of his game is, the quick pitch, the pause, the hesitation. And the whole point of that is to mess with timing. And we took a lot of good swings and just missed a lot of balls. And I think you can attribute some of that to some of the dancing he was doing on the mound.
How difficult is it to go from a Cueto type of guy to eventually get to Rogers, who has a very unique delivery as well?
Yeah, they got a lot of different types of guys over there, and it's something that guys that we haven't seen before. So we have our game plans. We know what we have to do against those guys, and when they go in the bullpen, you just switch gears.
Well, you wanted it to come in a victory, of course. How nice was it to get your first home run in this game?
Yeah, obviously, it wasn't enough, but felt good to, get on the board, I guess.
Thanks, JT.
Next question is from JB Hoornstra. Go ahead, JB.
Clayton was just on a minute ago. He was talking about how, the command just kind of eluded him on a few occasions. Do you feel for a guy when you come that close to winning and you can't quite get over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, with our offense, we expect to score more runs than we did tonight. And, Clayton didn't have his best stuff. I thought they had a really good approach against him tonight and really stayed to the middle of the field. And, we got to be able to pick him up there. He does so many times, keeps us in games. And, when he doesn't have his best stuff, we need to do a better job of scoring more runs from him.
Cool. Thank you.
Got a question from Michael Duarte. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Justin. Dave said that drop fly ball that Pence lost in the light seemed to affect Cueto after that. And then obviously the foot thing right before your at-bat. What did you notice was different about him on your at-bat that eventually chased him from the game?
Like I said earlier, just got him in a stretch, which makes him a little less effective because he can't do all this stuff messing with your timing.
But you didn't think anything with his demeanor or anything was different?
I mean, obviously it's not ideal to lose a no-hitter to a ball lost in the twilight, but I mean, he's a pro. He's been in the league for a long time, and I'm sure he's more than capable of moving on from that.
Got it. Thanks, Justin.
Question from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Justin, before the game, Doc said that, even despite your guys' strong start, he doesn't feel like you guys have put together a truly complete game yet. I mean, where are the areas you see that you guys can still make strides?
Everywhere. I mean, I think, we have a deep lineup that, we have 3 or 4 guys that can, produce enough in a game, but I don't think you've seen all 9 hitters, locked in, clicking on all cylinders yet. So you got to remember we had a 3-month shutdown to a 3-month ramp up, and guys are still working through stuff, myself included. So just trying to grind away and put together good ABs. And as we get more and more at bats underneath our belts, I think, this lineup will continue to get better and better.
Thank you.
I have one final question from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead, Kerry.
Justin, your history that once you get that one, they just kind of keep on coming. And I know you're not trying to hit home runs, but does getting that one help kind of activate things?
Honestly, I don't know. And yeah, I know I am a notoriously slow starter, so I guess it's nice to get the one out of the way this early, if you want to call it early in the season. But I think I've just been working through some stuff, trying to get comfortable tinkering with, some different hand positions and different stances, and finally got to a spot a couple of days ago where I'm feeling better, feeling more comfortable. And the more comfortable you feel, the better you see the ball. The better you see the ball, the more strikes you swing at, and the more strikes you swing at, the better chance you have to do damage. So hopefully we're trending up.
Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Justin. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.